for 3 minutes almost. Within 3 hours, it was crazy. It went nuts. But anyway, while I was live 3 minutes, it started giving me strikes saying that people couldn't push out the reposts and stuff like that. And it didn't matter. People were still coming to watching. I was telling everybody the math and ratios and how to do it, how it works, and explain that there's a whole lot more to it than what even we realized. But during that live in 3 minutes, they deleted my entire account and everything. Since then, since then, I have started a new page, and I won my case against TikTok, so they gave me my stuff back, but they will not push it out. Now they're not pushing it out. You guys have to actually go to my page and find the post, save it, and then screenshot and share it. But 0 point energy, anti-gravity, I'm talking like literally everything. We can grow crops. The poisons that they're using in the ground, we can use frequency, and that's all it takes. We can heal the soils. We can heal ourselves. All this stuff is everything he was about to come out with. And I figured out stuff, not all of what he had, but some of it, which I don't know if you know who Brad of Arc is on here, but I'm working with Brad of Arc on here. Terrence Howard, the actor, his team, we're all working together right now. So all this information, if you go look and follow Terrence Howard, the actor, everything he's talking about, go find Brad of Arc. We're all together, and we're about to go public with all this stuff. But I've also been posting it so you can go screenshot it in case something happens. I have had a guy in Australia who agreed he would not sell the information and would not sell the devices if I told him how it worked. He actually built the device and shipped it to me, which I have in my bedroom right now. And it can power a house, it can power cars, it can power anything you want to power.
You have it now?
Yeah, I have it right now.
I'll put you in the big, there should be like a camera. You might have to tap your.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I see it. I got you.
Perfect. I'm putting you up on the big screen. This is amazing. Thank you for sharing this.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to give this out. This is the thing. The moment all this gets to everybody, everybody's going to understand. The Star of David, the significance of the Star of David is a symbol for 0 point energy. The symbols represent duality. There's different things. All of the math and ratios are in Mother Nature, and that's what they don't want us to know. We can literally go, it's a fractal reality that we live in. The prism is the proof of it. You can get the entire whole, even though we can't see it, it's all replicated in all different sizes. Doesn't matter the scales. But this is a replica of the pyramid in Egypt. What it does, it takes high vibration and it tunes it. It hits 12 transducers. Each one of those points is a transducer, which we have multiple of these now and more complete ones. But when it hits the transducers, it reduces down the high vibration and turns it into a usable vibration. That's all it is. And they put it over ley lines. And when people understand that these data centers and 5G towers are modern pyramids and modern Tesla towers, there's dual purpose. They didn't lie to us, but they didn't tell us everything either. So they can reuse these, or we could reuse these for good while they're using it for bad to sell us what is free.
Your camera's
It's all free. It's all in nature, and all we have to do, go to the ancient sites. So you can take, if you get a real map and you place the Macabre, which is the pyramid in Egypt.
Can you pause for just 1 second? We're trying to see it. Your camera's not on. The comments are asking you to turn your camera on. There you go. There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was on there.
I'm so much.
No, I'm so sorry. I thought it was on there.
It's okay.
Yeah. So right here. So it it's got a glass cylinder in it, which this one is a tuning for frequency. You tune using cymatics.
That's what he's talking about. The Merkaba. It's a very sacred, it's like one of the most sacred houses of energy.
Yes, and it is replicated in the Pyramid of Egypt. That's what the Pyramid of Egypt is. It's a blueprint. All the ancient sites are blueprints, and I figured out how to decode them, and then we can build our own man-made replica models and use them in real life. And the same exact stuff also can be applied to us to heal us, to turn us into, I won't get into all that right now, one thing at a time, but yes, this is the technology that they keep suppressed. So the water power cars were silenced because the byproduct for water power, and I'm the only person who's ever said this publicly, water power proves suppression and crimes against humanity. Water power creates oxygen as the byproduct. That's NASA's box. Also, Ancient Astronaut's box. If you go look it up, I have it posted. I know how to do it. I have how to make your own. I have all this stuff posted. I have a lot of stuff posted, but yeah, they deleted a whole bunch. Cures for cancer. I'm allowed to say that on here now. They cannot take it down anymore because I proved it. You can kill cancer using frequency. You can heal yourself using high vibration foods and natural spring waters. Water carries information and energy. And if you have the correct methods of everything, that's the ancient alchemy processes.
Just like sound.
Yes, exactly.
It's like it moves through the ether. Just water is a medium, and it absolutely.
Exactly.
That's how dolphins can communicate through each other through water, because it's able to hold the sound and frequencies of mathematics to be able to perceive and to pass it on.
Yep. And so Resonant 369 on here has started a website that you can go to. It's called FriddenBeacon.com. He actually teaches everything I'm talking about. He's also building and making and showing him using these devices. And he explains, and he is on the same path. He's trying to give it to the world right now, because the moment we hit a tipping point and everybody walks away from the systems, stops feeding them, they are forced to change. That is the tipping point, and that is exactly what needs to happen for us to win without a war. We are not going to win a war against the system. The only way is we need to walk away by using the old methods. By doing the old methods, we are proving they've suppressed this stuff. Then you guys will also see in the symbols what they actually represent, and they've been in our faces all along, and we just didn't realize it. We didn't ask the right questions. We didn't care about things enough, and nobody's willing to just give this stuff away, so they silenced them. Well, I feel like the reason I'm still here is because I'm giving it away, not trying to sell anything. I'm willing to just teach and share.
Hey Beacon, will you, when you're talking about this, since there's new people coming in and seeing it, can you show them the device as you're talking so they understand? Because
my phone's cutting out.
Oh, how convenient. No, he showed us already, but it's just how convenient. You know, we're trying to get more people to see it. You should be able to tap Beacons, like the big screen for Beacon, and it should be able to let you follow him. I'm able to tap it, and it gives like me commands for what to do and to see his page. Oh, he just. I was adding Raquel, but I didn't end him. He can go in the comments and tell you this. I didn't do that. Beacon, I'm inviting you back. I know, but someone can corrupt the zip file, so I can't do that. Joe's vision was a library. You're getting a library. The zip file, if someone can corrupt it and give you a Trojan to where that Trojan, as soon as you download it, it just deletes it from your hard drive anyway. So, or do other things. A zip file with all those books, they can just hide it in there. That's what they did to Joe's originals, that they corrupted the files. Absolutely. I got to sleep. I just woke up and I made a post, and I wanted to go live, and because we're the big thing I wanted to go live for is because I'm still going to try and like find other people who want to help search for more rare texts, because there's still secrets out there, and there's museums and hard to get places where you just can't, you know, um, take cameras and stuff. So we're just figuring things out, how we can get you more secrets. And so don't you worry, we're going to do this because it's in commemoration of Joe. It's an extension of what he did, instead of it just being, just a couple, just access to limited information, where it's just some books. We can try and keep finding you more. There's books that are thought to be lost forever. What if we could try and see if we can procure some of those? That's like, I'm ready for the next challenge.
I do have also multiple old Bibles and books as well, like his.
That's not what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, no, we have everything that he was offering.
Oh, I gotcha.
We have all those on the website. It's in the link in my bio. But there's more. Is what I'm saying. How do we know what we don't know? So
Well,
now the next part of the project, I guess, is to not even, I guess, I just want to slowly move and get other people who are interested on board of helping find more secrets. I'm talking about, I'm going to do someone went into Switzerland. They tried really hard. They went to Switzerland to get us one of these books that are on here, and they did some really crazy stuff. So there's more things that we could do. And so I realized this, and so I'm going to do myself, and anyone else is invited to do it themselves. If you find, so there's like books about the Mayans. There's 5 original books about the Mayans left. I want to see if we can procure
so,
something special about it.
so
Not the physical thing of it, not like that. Not, you know what I'm saying, but so we can get a copy made of all of those. You know what I'm saying? A special copy that is for this posthumous library to commemorate Joe. Like, it's got to be special.
Yeah.
And so that's not even it. There's so much about the world that has been written down and just hidden. There's like these scrolls like that were just found in 1945, the Nag Hammadi in Nag Hammadi, Egypt, the 13 books that were found in this sealed jar. That's what I'm talking about. There's still secrets. And so
hold on. Could I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cuneiform, I can read a bunch of ancient texts, and cuneiform writing is partially weight impressions of molecular, base, and resonant frequency of stone, and that's how they melted, molded, cut, drilled, and moved stone. I figured it out, and I figured out how to get the resonant frequencies and all of this stuff in order for us to do the exact same stuff. And then, other than cuneiform writing, the Voynich manuscript, in those, it says 3 sentences in each sentence. There's multiple meanings to each sentence, and you have to understand what they are in order to be able to read them, because the way that the spelling is now is not the way it was back then, and there were certain letters that were not the same as they are now, and they've changed them so that we don't understand that. There are archways and different ancient sites that I've read some of the stuff on them, and it talks about the oppressed, and this is exactly what happened during the Carrington event. The Carrington event also was the Sky Wars. It wasn't UFOs and aliens and stuff like people think. That was plasma discharges caused by the firmament thinning because of the pole shift and crust displacement. This is recorded history. This is actually stuff you can look up.
We do have a book about the vaulted firmament in here as well. It talks a lot. It does get like kind of political, not like how we know politics now, but you can tell like it is very it's very biased. So, but it does have a lot of good information in there. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Like on the Voynich manuscript, the long lost alchemy process for the world's strongest aluminums and metals use plants ash. Certain plants ash absorb nanocarbon, and then you use the plants ash and mix it with your aluminums and metals, and that's how they make the UFO crafts. The UFO crafts are not aliens. It's ancient technology. They've been just trying to figure out and reuse and then come up with new stuff. Each one has something different. You can tell the style of craft or the engine by the craft itself. They're resonant,
Yeah.
bells, tic-tacs, spheres, those are easily resonant. And then you got mercury oscillating vortex engines, which we know once you introduce an energy to mercury, it spins and it causes whatever you're in or whatever you have it on to match the frequency of the outside, which isn't anti-gravity. It just makes it weightless. And then you put a focal point to one spot and then you get lift. Then you can go side to side, or you build a craft that vibrates at our base frequency and you're able to vibrate, and it causes plasma bubbles around the craft for frictionless movement. That's just like ceramic bearings and maglev bearings for windmills. We would produce way more energy. They just won't let us do that. Full spectrum solar panels, they just won't let us do that. Now I found out they changed the wording of it.
So, can you show them that device one more time? Can you pull
Yeah.
that up? So he was showing us, there's this energy device. Well, it's an ancient sacred geometry. This is how its material manifestation looks. It's called a Merkaba, and it spins, and that it houses energy inside of it. And so it's believed that you can use that to power anything. And so normally a Merkaba spiritually isn't something you can, it's not something that is like this. It is it's resonance. And so
Yep.
like when you were to like do in a sounding bowl, like the singing bowls, if you were to put water inside of it, you will see the resonance. And
Yes.
that is a example of a Merkaba activating, because that's the energy. It's the move. It's just a powerhouse of energy, and you can see the vibrations all everywhere activating in unison through the
Yep.
water.
That is exactly right. And the cymatics and the ancient buildings, those are, again, like I said, the blueprints. But yes, you're absolutely 100% right.
Yeah, so it is interesting to think that in the material manifestation to actually bringing it to a 3D manifestation is very interesting. So
Get it?
to actually get it to do what it's to connect it to the real energy resonance of Merkaba with the actual physical device is what you need to do.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
So if there is a way to do like a huge sounding bowl with a Merkaba device that was able to charge the inner, like what you were talking about, that glass thing, if it could charge the energy that is being, like if it could absorb the energy that is being produced by the Merkaba, the material part of it, it could probably be used as power.
Well, with the glass in it, that's just to show you the face of it. You can tune
Exactly. It's not an actual working device until it works in tandem with the actual spiritual element of Merkaba.
it. Yes. Yep.
They're the spiritual embodiment of Merkaba.
Yes. Yep. I have to get ready to go run to work right now, but I appreciate you, and I'll definitely get back with you. We should do some more of this.
Yeah, this comment right here. Yeah, you just put water in it, and that's what you got to do. Yes, sir. Have a great day. Thank you for being here and sharing that information with us. That
Absolutely.
was amazing.
I appreciate y'all.
I sent you a follow.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a great day. Right? Here, I know he doesn't. Oh, he figured it out. Okay, cool. So yeah, that was very interesting. So yeah, the person who just talked about they had a crystal one. Yeah, you know what? If you can work on, you know, getting a perfect physical Merkaba to spin in one of those devices with the actual Merkaba energy that works when you do the device. Somehow we need to come up with like a mechanical device that can constantly do it in resonance and it spin and it create it, and then get the material thing to connect to it and spin on an axis with magnetism. So it would really help to read that book, Ancient Magic, Magnetism, and Psychic Forces, that Joe Felz was trying to share to you guys. So now we're trying to pioneer. We're trying to do a lot of things, and we can do them all through each other. So we're trying to find new texts, like really rare, like the rarest in the world of texts, and do this in commemoration of Joe. He found us rare texts. We're going to make sure in the name of Joe we find even more rare texts and add it to his posthumous library. And so, but also we're going to work on the things that we find to actually know them. So including what we were just talking about. Theholyword.net, it's in my thing. And if you guys like ever want to like know when I go live, there should be like a notification bell somewhere here, or like when you, I think you maybe tap this, and that will let you know how to bring it back and how you know when we're talking about stuff. Well, actually, that's what we're learning in that book that Joe was sharing is, yeah, information was actually supposed to be kept for the highest sages because it was dangerous for everybody to know, because you actually there was, during the medieval ages, there were people who had more access and there had to be more control with their, they just didn't understand the abilities they had. So and there's ways, because when you aren't taught math in a certain way and you can just naturally understand it from birth in a different language, like this is math. This is all mathematics. Everything about this and the power inside of it, the building blocks to math is all, the building blocks to all math, or sorry, the building blocks to all science is mathematics. So you can't have science if you didn't have mathematics. Everything is numbers, is what that means. So we came up with a different language, like 1, 2, 3, and you see the symbols that we came up with them for them. But this is what numbers actually look like. They look like everything. But they're also, there's more that we can't see. Like there's just, everything is numbers. Math is like the IP, is the internet protocol of the universe that can, without it, it doesn't work. So now, does anybody else want to come up? So I'm going to work on trying to go to hard to reach places and find texts that we probably and that we just wouldn't have in this lifetime if we don't do this work. So, like, let me give you an example. So there's a book that is thought to have never, it's called so it's a book. Hold on, I'll just tell you. It's a book from the Bible. It's one of the lost forever books that you will just never have. It's thought to have been lost forever, but there's no proof that it was completely extinguished. And it is called Book of the Wars of Yahweh. So if you're wondering where people come up with the name Yahweh, it's probably that. And the Book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel, the Sibylline books, the Papyri book, the Papyri Library, the Villa of the Papyri Library. There's the Missing Codexes of the Apostle. There's all sorts of things that are still possibly able to be found, but there's also things that we know to be found that are have one copy. One thing is it is Leonardo. What is it? So somebody has to. Um, so there's a Leonardo da Vinci's his what was it? His journal. His journal. For some reason, they don't want you to have it. There's no copies. There's only so, and the one person who has it is Bill Gates. There is, ironically, there is the Voynich manuscript, a 15th century codex filled with mysterious illustrations and an entirely unknown, undeciphered writing system that has baffled modern code breakers. And so we're ready for challenges. That's what Joe did. He was ready for challenges. And so I think that we just need to keep challenging ourselves to add to this library and make sure that we can keep pioneering information like this, like rare text. Why does he have it? Girl, good question. Look into it and come back and tell us why. Why does he have Leonardo da Vinci's journal, and why can't it's a 72-page notebook of scientific observations and theories written in a mirror script? And so there's that. There's only 49 copies of this Bible, the Gutenberg Bible. It would be nice to get one scanned. The Diamond Sutra, printed during China's Tang Dynasty. This is the world's earliest complete dated printed book. The only known copy is housed in the British Library. So this is what I'm talking about, finding things like this and somehow, even in all of its probably fragile state, somehow being able to get it scanned without destroying it. And we don't have to do it in a way that's like not, we could just ask. And then, everybody could just keep begging and asking like, are you crazy? Can we have this? We need this, da 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 da. Like, just keep asking. And so, but there's also the books of the Mayans. The Spanish bishop burned almost every single, he ordered to burn all of the books of the Mayans. So there's like 5 existing books. They're all different, and I'm going to go through them with you. There are actually only 4 undisputed pre-Columbian Maya books known as codices that survived the destruction of the Spanish conquest though a fifth has been proposed. So there's the Dresden Codex, widely considered the most complete, important, and aesthetically fine of the surviving books, featuring precise astronomical and lunar tables housed in Dresden, Germany. So it's like, we need to like organize. I need a bodyguard. I need like maybe 2, and we need to go to a place like Dresden, Germany, and go, or even more, we're more, in numbers, but we don't expect everyone to be able to like do that. And so then there's the Madrid Codex, the longest of the codices, filled with ritual calendars, almanacs, and horoscopes used by Maya priests, housed in Madrid, Spain. There's the Paris Codex, a heavily damaged manuscript containing prophecies and zodiac calculations related to Maya astronomy, housed in Paris. And there's the Maya Codex of Mexico, authenticated officially as the oldest surviving text from the Americas, dating back to the 11th or 12th century, though opinions on its authenticity remain mixed among some anthropologists. but it's still nice to have it, a copy of it. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I slept great. That's how I wouldn't be able to do this without sleep. I'm still human, so I have to get sleep. But yes. Oh, I guess you know what? It is early, so that is such a valid question. But I did also go to bed around like 10:30 last night, so it's yeah. But when you're on a mission, girl, you know how it is. Like you just gotta do it. And so I'm trying to find people who want to come up here. There's somebody who's trying to come up here. Lucy, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna let you come up here. The name I shouldn't like be like baffled by the name, but okay. Bluff City. What's up? Bluff City, are you there? Um, I think we all are. I think we all can do this. But I feel the passion. I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to share and what I feel, and hopefully it ignites passion in other people to help me with this. I need all the help I can get, not with the website. I never needed help with the website, and I appreciate anyone offering to help with the website. I don't want help with the website. I can handle that myself perfectly. There's no problem, and there's always a way to find out if there's something that happens to it. I can always bring it back up another way. I can remanifest it. So, but it's not going to be a zip file because people can corrupt it on the back end. So, like when I have it posted on the internet, if it's a zip file, they can go in through it with an AI editing tool that they shouldn't be using, and edit it and add a Trojan file that is hidden in there. So when you open it, it deletes it from your computer. And so it won't actually ever be able to like be preserved if you try to read it. And I know this, but when they keep proposing this, I'm like, that's why I didn't do this. Joe's vision was a library that you could like look at individual books and see what you wanted. It's really hard to like see what's in there when you're just looking at, PDF file, names. And so it doesn't make any sense to do it that way. Yeah, if he said he would have got the zip. Like, you know what I mean? It's not what I want, it's not what you want. If that's what Joe wanted, that's what I decided. I'm like, hey, here we go. Boom. And now it's there, it's great. And so why not continue his mission? I'm sure he would be doing the same thing if he was here. Yes, absolutely. And so it's our mission as humans. Like whoever wants to appoint themselves. No one gave me he didn't appoint me or anything. I appointed myself. You can appoint yourself as well. And we can join forces. We're stronger together. We really are. We're so strong. Do you know what we can do? Just let's not fight. Let's just get it done. Which one? I saw your first message. There's 3 of them, and I have. Yeah, no, you learned that from somebody else. If you want to know where to look, that's not the right place. You need to know where to look. It's on my page. If you open my page and like my bio, there you go. Those who want to find it will find it. Those who are part of the community and want to find the community will find them, and through the community, you will know where to look. The community is everywhere on the internet, just talking in everyone's comments. So it's not hard to find. It's everywhere. Hashtag hanging tree. Just type in your search bar, hashtag hanging tree. You'll find the community. Yes, I did last night, and we're working on more. The Pistis of Sophia is on there, and that's from the Nag Hammadi. It's one of the 13. It's like it was sealed up in Egypt, like lost texts that were just discovered in 1945. They were like lost for centuries. They were sealed in a jar, and well, we got the copy. We got the Pistis of Sophia as it was written from the Nag Hammadi Egypt text. So that's there. We added that last night. We added a couple other things that they're not great, but they're not as great as I would think, but it's still valuable information. And so, like, you know, Joe was on a conquest for rare, hard to find information. And so that's, what we're trying to share in his image. And so now we're trying to also, in a way of commemorating him, continuing his work and adding to his posthumous library as if it was him here doing the work and finding the secret still. And we can all find that embodiment and to do that. I know a woman who knows. Come up here. Bro, Sky, don't play. Sky, don't play. Sky, do not play. That's for sure. That's why you need people like Sky on your team, because she's gonna freaking fight for you, because that's just who she is. She's just a wholesome person. I wouldn't say selfless, because she also takes care of herself, but that's why I would say wholesome. She takes care of everything. Right. Oh, absolutely, you guys. We're not done, and you're very welcome. And I'm glad that like you understand the mission. And if I'm trying to invite all of you to be a part of it, and like how you could be a part of it is just come up here and say how you're interested in helping find more rare information. There's the Maya codices, the codices or whatever, the codexes. That's how I like to say it. I know like these people like with their proper English and stuff, the codexes. So there are so many rare texts. Here's some more. An Etruscan book written on linen fabric. It's called the Liber Lentus. Liber Lentus. So that's the thing. A lot of these texts that we want are inscribed on rocks. Like we want rare texts. We don't want things when the printing. We're trying to go back as far as we can and see what people wrote, what language they spoke, how we can decipher it. We obviously can't plug in anything we know today to it, but we can still figure out as like if you go back to your natural self, how would you come up with the language, and what would if you were to make this and understand this, work backwards, mathematics. The building blocks to all science is mathematics. So maybe he should have some. If there's maybe to find out where some of his collection went, JP Morgan's collection. If there was anything that was like, not known publicly. Because you have to know that a lot of these things, that are a challenge to even find out. We wouldn't even know if they're secret for a reason. They're secrets. You wouldn't know about them. So there's like, you know, there's libraries there that we know that hold secrets out in this and out here, right? We know, and we don't know what's in them. And so Joe is trying to find books that we just didn't have. So if they're trying to control the world through religion in this weird way, when it's actually all through math, and Jesus was telling us the temple is within you and around you, it's within you and throughout you. The temple is found within you, not somebody else. It's not found through somebody else. He never, I don't want to I know there's new people here, but he never said that he was dying for you. He never said that. He never said, I'm dying for you. I'm saving you of your sins. Since you didn't learn what I said, I'm just going to save you anyway. No, he taught you the right way, taught you how to pray. Nobody listens. They pray the wrong way. They don't go in their room and get on their knees and say, Our Father. They pray for other people in weird ways. They babble on like the Gentiles do, as Jesus called it in the book of Matthew. Everybody judges as they're going to be judged by the divine. There's so many things he tried to tell us. Like he's telling you, and I just really wish the man could just, instead of ending the world just right now, he could just come back and manifest one more time and be like, I'm going to tell you, motherfuckers, one more time, and just like give it to us one more time. He was trying to tell us this temple was within us and around us, and the Gospels were trying to. He told it to the Gospels. The Gospels tried to spread it to us, and then the powers that be changed the Gospels and hid. Most of them are just gone. Like the. I need to start screenshotting a lot of these. Book of Wars of Yahweh. Book of Wars of Yahweh is a book of the Bible that has not to be found. I'm pretty sure, and it's thought to still it's not proven to be extinguished. It was written, but it's just not in the Bible anymore. And it was there's a couple books that have never been found. Books of Wars of Yahweh. I guess that's where you get the name Yahweh from, where people, because it's right there. And I'm pretty sure if it could exist, it would be somewhere like in the Vatican. And I've been to the Vatican. If I've been there before, I could go there again. Go on my Facebook. Brandon, I'll show you my passport. Does anybody know what Fiumicino is? Fiumicino? It's the Roman airport. It's the airport in Rome. I've been to the I actually didn't know what these were. It was 2015. I was in Monte Cassino in Italy, and one of these places. I've seen everything there is to see, except what people publicly know. Like I've been to Florence. I've seen the statue of David. I've seen Goliath. I've seen Samson. I have pictures of them on my Facebook. They're not actually large statues like I once thought they were. They're actually like just a little bit bigger than us. But when you go to the Vatican and you're sitting in that courtyard, that wall and the pillars with the angels on top that are representation of the angels guarding it, which is funny because now we know angels don't look like that. But that pillar with the wall with those angels, those are huge. They actually look small because all those, it's like it's its own country, but it's huge. But yeah, exactly. And there's that's one thing we never could have got nowhere near is that library. When you only get, when they allow people in, they only let you in certain places. They guide you through. Like, it's completely guided. There is no free roam. It's like a huge group gathering just going through, and there's like blocked off like red red felt, like, you know, those things, and you know, those things that, you know, people put up in like airports instead of the black straps. It's like beautiful red felt, and like there's like gold, like this huge gold bar that goes around the entire perimeter of the ceiling of the entire Vatican, and it has Latin written all in the gold. And then there's like in one of the entry hallways, there's like these gold squares. It's like I can, Brendan, can you pull up my Facebook and go through my library, and so I can go to the pictures in Italy? Like, I've been to the Blue Grotto and Sperlonga and Capri. I've seen it all. I've been to Pompeii. I've drove up Mount Vesuvius. Like, I've seen it all so fast. It was just so hard to comprehend. It was for my 21st birthday. That was what my ex gave to me for my 21st birthday. He gave me knowledge. So yeah, if I've been there before, I'll go there again, but I need like a strategy. I need people to help me strategize, because, you know, I know that I can think of a lot, but I know there's things that like other people know that I don't know. And I would like people that have been there to also, you know, reveal themselves. And like, if you're interested in helping us find more rare texts, I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go and do the work. Like, I'm willing, God, use me. And so if there's a way for that to manifest, please, let's do this. You're on the wrong website. You learned it from somebody else, maybe. There's a link in my bio. If you want to find it, it's in my bio. It's theholyword.net, not Free Bible Access. Free Bible Access, all the hackers were trying to hack. That's when they learned about it. We built 3 websites, so it was really hard to really pinpoint. If you didn't know what you were talking about, it was very obvious. Because the community that immediately was like searching for Joe and like what was going on through TikTok found us. And there's more people still to find us. And there's still people that, you know, there's other communities, like there's like other platform communities that were not on like Facebook and Instagram or, you know, YouTube or anything else. But like, so there's other places where I'm sure his community hasn't found, but like, I'm sure, but there's also people on TikTok that have those things that can tell them. Have I been to Jerusalem? No. But I was married to somebody who was, he was from Israel, and he was in the IDF. I mean, they all are. Everyone everyone that's born there becomes part of the IDF. They have to go through it. It's part of the process. You have to be part of the military. I think the men, but anyway. But yeah, no, and he told me a lot about how Palestinians didn't exist, and he truly believed it. He truly believed it. And like, this is before I knew anything. Like, I didn't know anything about the Middle East when I met him. Like, I was like young. I had just I knew what I knew about Europe and what I learned from Europe, but I didn't know about the Middle East. That was part of the journey that God put me on, I feel. And so I learned, like, I got told from the horse's mouth the lies that they were told and believed. And so now I know that they truly believe Palestine didn't exist, never existed. And that the people never exist. He told me the people never exist. That was his exact words. I messaged his husband. I can pull this all up here. And this is great that all this blew up on TikTok, because now I can prove it to you. His brother, I don't want to say his name, but I'll show you. His brother said, I'm like, hey, so with all this stuff going on, you know, with the war and stuff, you know, I remember Ari told me at one point, I just remember him, you know, mentioning that Palestinians didn't exist, that Palestine was made up. Why would he say that? And he just like he blew up on me, calling me anti-Semitic and everything else. And it was just enough for me to know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Brennan, You got my Facebook? What do you mean?
While I'm scrolling down, it just goes so far and it just.
All right, I can pull it up on mom. I got it. Let me show you the pictures of Italy, so I can show you. I've been there. I have a video of the in the Blue Grotto. You can hear my voice, and I'm just like, holy shit! This is like some underworld movie shit. Like I was young. I was still very animated and. Shut up.
In the Vatican, you just going up and down.
I know.
Holy
I was
shit.
drunk as fuck in the Vatican. I'm not even gonna lie. I was drunk. It was my 21st birthday for that whole trip. Like it wasn't just that day, and like oh my god, and everything was beautiful. Like Venice was really cool. Our hotel, even though even though the place is sinking and all this stuff, our hotel, it's how it's like surrounded by water and all this stuff, and like anyway, our hotel, the Regal, I think it was there. When you went inside, there was a staircase that went in the ground. Our hotel rooms were in the ground. It was really cool. It wasn't like where you could see like through the water or anything. It wasn't like that. But hold on one second. Photos, albums, photos. Okay. See all. Okay. It's gonna take a while. No. Are you on the holyword.net? Like I've been to Pompeii. I saw all the people that were burned up. Like that were remaining, that were on display, which was I thought really screwed up. Their bodies were just like out on display. Some weren't even in glass cases. I took pictures. It was just literally ruins. I saw the tablet of what was it? Romeo and Juliet, like the real like the house of Romeo and Juliet, like they were real people. And in Verona, Italy. 1 second. Scrolling. I am literally going through my entire life right now. So this was like that person that I was saying, that person that was a billionaire, that invented Sirius Radio. Here's me. That's her daughter. The reason why there's United Therapeutics, why there's the Human Genome Project, why there's Dolly the Sheep, the first thing, if you just look up Martine Rothblatt, that's like one of my close friends. Was. That was my first house that my husband sold for me after we were divorced. Well, that was inside of it. I used to be a teacher. Taught cosmetology. Going to Italy. That was the animation I was talking about. That was Monte Cassino. Oh shit, I scrolled up way too far. That was a picture of Monte Cassino. That was Paris. I've been to Paris. That was the Louvre. That was me doing my tattoos when I was just going, I don't know what. Here we go. This was everything of Italy. The Vatican, inside of it. Here, let me start from picture to picture. So this is the gold, the archway and the thing that I was talking about when you walk inside the Vatican. And it's like a group of people, but it's just huge, and there's just so many of them. So that's just the hall. This is just the hallway. This is the gold. This is the Latin. These are like the floors, the marble I was talking about, and the red felt things that block you off so you can't get past them. I'm like shaking looking at this because I couldn't believe it. I can't believe I've actually These are the pictures I took. I didn't know I was gonna be here. This is all inside the Vatican. That's outside of it. Now we know angels do not look like that. Angels do not look like that. So why did they? This is Monte Cassino. This is Monte Cassino. This is where we went into the catacombs. There's catacombs here. We went inside them. I think I have a picture. That's Venice. That's me getting drunk. And of course that was in Venice, the shops. We saw all that stuff. This is Verona. This is a Colosseum in Verona. I wanted to take a picture. Oh yeah, I wanted to get close detail back then. I always wanted to remember how just the detail of the ruins of that Colosseum. We actually went into the Colosseum in Verona. Like I told you, I've seen everything. I've been there. I took pictures of it. I knew I would want this for later just reference. And this, like these angels don't look like that. Like we know from what we know from Enoch, angels don't look like that. Oh, that's because everybody was calling me Jack Frost. I was like, all right, whatever. So those are the places I've been. Like when I was like documenting all of this. Okay, let's not show anymore. There's still more. Oh yeah, Pompeii. Of course, a cigarette in my hand. God damn it. But yeah, that was like in Pompeii. Hold up, I'll show you more. Hold up. Hold up. Oh yeah, this is Florence. This is in Florence. That's one of the statues. There's a statue of David. I think I can show that. Hotel Fiorino, that where we were. These are there were, and this is how you know. I was not allowed to take pictures of these, and I snuck them anyway. These things were saying like and there was things on the glass that said don't take pictures. I think I took a picture these masks because they're so rare, and I was like, bitch. I was like, there's something about these masks because my ex used to collect masks that look like this. And then when we came here and I saw these masks, I'm like, what the fuck is with these masks? So I took pictures of it. There's something to be looked at in here. You weren't allowed to take pictures of this. None of this. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, this was where you went down into the floor of the hotel in Venice. It was that hotel, Hotel Regis. This is for Pasquetta. It was the day after Easter. We went to this like cathedral that played like a crazy organ. This is also in Monte Cassino. This is where I might have the picture of the catacombs. So every coffee shop in Italy, when you go on Autostrada, every coffee shop has a full that. And then let's see. Oh yeah, this is in the Blue Grotto. I took that. There's this there. So my ex had a painting. He had a painting. It was this. And when we went and like this was like an Easter egg in his house because he had a painting of this. And like for my birthday, he wanted to know if I would ever. Well, he took me here and wanted to know if I would notice it. And I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this. We have a painting of this, and I took a picture of it. He's like, it was a test, to see if I would have noticed. Like he made everything so special. It was very, yeah, this is more of like cathedrals. This is where that's literally on Mount Vesuvius. We were going up it. This is in Pompeii. All these are the bodies. They weren't even in glass cases, you guys. They were just laying there. I was like, that's like really messed up. The catacombs. This is the exiting them. This was us exiting them. I was so just, I couldn't believe, there were so many gates that prevented us from going down them. But this is in Monte Casino. Let's see. Did I have more of the catacombs? I had a picture showing the gate. Where's the picture? Hold on, let me look at this. I had a picture showing the gate. It was, what? Like that was me with Argo, that dog. That was me, and like that's me there, literally in Pompeii. I just didn't know what the hell I was looking at. Then I wrote my name here. It says Dylan right there, Dylan. It says Randy and Dylan, but that's my name, Dylan. I wrote my name on one of those, and it's probably maybe not there. I don't know. It's here. It's on this. It's over here. But yeah, that was the Blue Grotto. We went there. This is going down the Blue Grotto. I have a video. I have a video too. Jesus, let's bring it back a lot. But yeah, like I said, when I tell you something, and I'm like, when I say like I'm ready to do this, like I'm ready to go find information, like I've already been there. I didn't know to look for anything. I probably know enough to get around more than the average person in Italy. So that would be a great start, and that's probably the hardest library is within there. Oh, thank you. Right. I was very vain back then. I was very vain, but thank you. I just don't even care anymore. But yeah. Does anybody want to come up here? I'm gonna just start inviting people that's been watching. This is a friend. You want to come up here, Maverick? Yay.
Good morning, sunshine. Well, morning
Good
for me.
morning. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you, honey? I hope you're taking care of yourself. You've been doing some crazy work.
I know. And if you'll notice, I want you to notice, if you'll go back and look at Joe's old videos, he could have probably had more weight in his face in some areas sometimes, but that just means just know he was hard at work. See, look, my lips, hard at work. We don't care about, I'm about to go clean up so you don't have to look at me. I already
No,
showered and everything this morning, but it's dry. It's Colorado.
My husband and I have watched Joe for a long time, and to see that was wild. And I called him the minute your website went down and was like, I'm watching this in real time. Like my whole day stopped just to follow along with what you were doing a couple days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, now, and like what we want to do now is continue what I want to do and what I feel compelled to do is since I'm showing you the journey I've been on in this earth. Everything I feel like I've been on has been leading me up to this moment. And now I feel like I'm prepared. So
You're on the right path.
Thank you. And so now I'm trying to like say, hey, you guys, come with me, help me. I need bodyguards. I can't just go abroad by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I'm trying to
most
see
definitely.
anybody and I'm not saying anybody could possibly, I know that's a hard feat, but if there's people like the guy who flew to Switzerland to go get that USB file, if you can get in contact with me, like reveal yourself and alive at any point, whenever, boy, we can get some stuff done. I'm down to do the work.
Well, and your biggest feat is just keeping it live and keeping it going because there's so many other people that are so passionate about it and that are so into it the same way and that have so much knowledge and so much reach if they're willing to do the work.
That's the thing. They have passion like it, but nobody's working harder than us. I promise you. Nobody. That's why we have 400,000 files locked down on free Bible access. You can't get to it.
Yeah, you're inspiring a lot of people with what you're doing.
Thank you. That's the point. That's what I was saying. Use your platform. Do it. But don't stray and like try to cause divisiveness in the community. That's like a whole nother thing. I realized I was doing that myself. I need to go delete those videos about his girlfriend because that's not the message I want to spread. I just wanted to ask questions because that's still an undiscovered thing. We don't have answers. As a
No,
community.
I think you're right in that position though, because it does. I mean, I do respect her privacy because obviously no one was closer than her, but it does raise a lot of red flags.
I need to make videos talking instead of just writing like a description on a video and say these things correctly. So that was my next attempt was doing that. So I just posted a video today. I meant to take a video, but then I was like, you know what? No, they can't, that's not sending the right message. I look like I'm hateful and I don't want to do that when I'm like being combative with the hackers. I'd rather do it with like kindness. And so,
Yeah, I definitely think his death investigation closed way too fast.
yeah, like, come on, like just ask questions. That's not judging. You can ask questions.
100%. And that's the only way that things are going to get reopened and things are going to move is that enough people get behind it to say that something isn't right with that.
Is an investigation judging? That's not the part of the judicial process. Judgment doesn't come until you have been judged. The investigation part, that's like the job of the angels. They're supposed to, the watchers, you're supposed to watch and record everything and they present it to God on the time of judgment. They give God everything they've recorded and then he judges you.
Yeah, well, I think part of the investigation is the recording and is the truth and is what happened, what the true, honest path that happened to him, and
So the
all of
only
the work he was
judge,
doing.
right, the only rightful judge would be God. Even the angels don't judge you. They can record you, they can watch you, but they don't judge you. The only judger is God. Ugh. I thought my teeth were like, it's just light. But yeah, it's literally, um, so it's not judging, asking questions.
No, I think they're hiding something, just like the rest of his mission. They're hiding something. They're keeping something from the public that we deserve to know. We deserve to know the truth, just the same as with the books, with your mission, with his mission.
I have to tell you, nobody's contacting me about nothing about stopping it except trolls. That's it.
Well, because they don't think it's real and they don't, you don't raise your consciousness and you don't realize what the world really is. You keep your head down, you go to work, you pay your bills, and the daily grind gets so many people into the, for us, the American dream, or, people coming here to do what they're told is the American dream or the goal in life. And that's really not it. And if you open your consciousness and open your heart and open all these other avenues, the world is such a bigger place than most people even realize.
Brennan, we need to call Arlen. So I know this guy. He was the highest you can be in the Navy. He was a commander chief. He was an L9. He's retired now, but he's such a good friend. And he's so informative, but he's very vastly, he has so much resource and he's like helped me so much throughout, the current stages of my life. And we're kind of just not talking because he's also, attracted to me. But, so it's, it's a very weird thing. So, but anything for information, you know what I'm saying?
I do. Those, and, some of the documents that have come from within our own government, those are the kind of people that know.
You guys, I have to start over. My live has been restricted, so can I start? That's why there's nobody in here. Well, there's 50. You're all here. Sorry, I didn't. That's not what I meant to say. That's
Usually
why
you have
it's not
hundreds
being
in
put out.
here.
It's not being put out to nobody else but who's in here. That's what I should have said. I'm so sorry. You guys all matter. Love you guys. Let me just like type that in the comments so you know it's not just spoken, it is written. I love you guys. There we go. All right, we read, I be sick. Read, I be sick. Read, I be sick. Read, I be sick. I know this is like weird to say, but I feel like I've been like, you know how like men need women because they're so, you know, hard and exterior. Like I feel like I have a feminine side of me that I'm able to be that for like when, you know, at times like I have to be soft and, you know, listen and coddle people, and then there's times like it's just like a hard exterior. Ooh.
Oh, watch out, dog.
Are you opposed, opposition, or legit doing right thing? I'm doing the right thing. So if you're wondering, because of like, you know, the two posts before, like my last post, I have considered taking them down because I don't want to like spread the wrong message, but we need to ask questions. Like we haven't been given an answer. We were told we couldn't have an answer because of an investigation. The investigation is so it's ruled suicide. The DOJ does not they don't investigate things that aren't crime. So once it's been ruled a suicide, the case is closed. And so, you know, time is of the essence. The longer time goes on and we don't ask questions, more information goes missing.
Yeah, we have a great example in society right now of
Thank
what
you,
happens when
Hafeki. You right, and that's why I came to you. You know what? That's where the sass comes in, because that's how I provoke the devil. That's how I let him know he didn't get to me. But yes, thank you for loving the library. You're gonna love it even more. Just wait. Could you imagine if we have? Wait, I tell you what we're working on. So there's books, like only one copy exists of these books, and they're like held in other locations. And there's a book of the Bible. There's even a book of the Bible. It's called the Book of the Wars of Yahweh. That was a book. That was a real book of the Bible that almost nobody knows about. And I'm pretty sure that's where the people are getting the name Yahweh from. So the Book of Wars of Yahweh is a missing book of the Bible that there's not one known copy's physical location. Like you can't search for it on the internet. So that's what I'm talking about. We're going to do the hard things. We're going to work harder than the opposition. We just have to stay true to like what the mission is, and it's to find information. If Joe was here and there was no that, we wouldn't be worried about GF. We'd be worried about finding information, right?
Device access or something.
Do you agree, Maverick? Or no?
To that comment or to you?
What I said.
No, I agree 100%. But I mean, what I was going to say was look at the most famous unaliving on the planet right now, and what is the controversy that's been created with the files, and how fast that case was closed because of how that went down.
Mm-hmm.
And it leads you to question. So if you don't question, and little by little, we've been getting pieces of it, very controlled information.
I think they close it down to distract you, because you look into is the files and not everything else.
100%. And it's all connected, all of it.
They want you. That's why they're extending releases on the files and you know, in phases. And so it's because it's to extend it, to keep you on it. It's not they say, oh, why are you worried about it? That's actually to keep you on it.
Yeah, it's to keep you distracted.
It's reverse psychology. Very toxic tactic. I know those people are just so mad at like what other people are doing. Stop worrying about other people. It's not even just a group as a whole. It's just individuals. All individuals of everywhere need to stop worrying about other people. And, you know, let's look for information. Let's look on improving ourselves. If we can all work on ourselves instead of worrying about each other, there's nothing else to worry about.
100%. If the left hand wasn't worried so much what the right hand was doing and we all worked together, it'd be a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Everybody just needs to accept responsibility for themselves and do that. Worry about themselves and worry about fixing themselves. And always searching for the truth. What is searching for the truth when what is the difference of searching for the truth when I'm asking what happened to Joe? I'm searching for the truth, not known
100%.
information.
Governments everywhere are. It's not just Finland, love. Not just Finland.
I'm getting a call. 1 second. Hackers got my phone number.
Oh boy.
Yep. I said I answered like hello, and then like hello, and hung up. So I just have to turn on unknown call filtering, and I'll be fine. Whoa, big deal. This is just interesting at this point. It's really interesting, and it's part of like when I kind of knew this would happen, and you know, it's not like so. Yeah, I'm not like worried about like my information being out there. That's why I'm like willing to go across like abroad with other people with heavy anxiety medication. Like not like I mean like marijuana Jamama. Yep. And so that's gonna be hard in itself. So I need someone who will be willing to just like know someone to get some maybe I don't know kashush somewhere when it's I gotta end the live already again. God damn it.